So what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan, back at it again. I'm downtown Manhattan, about to go to Union Square for a second and then come back up and do some other stuff. I'm gonna go to this dance event tonight, so I'm gonna dance. So what I wanted to tell you is like how to manage your energy and manage your time. Okay, so, and I think that's important because lately I've been harping on like, don't put all your energy into street game, don't put all your energy into club game, because it's a confidence run. You know, you're always gonna have good nights, you're always gonna meet somebody. They may not sleep with you and you may not be in a relationship with them, but you know, you're always gonna get like a confidence boost out of it. It's always gonna be there, so you don't have to push too hard. But like, what I noticed is, and even for myself, I used to put a lot of energy into stuff I couldn't control. Like me and my friend back in the day, we were like, okay, we're gonna have a 10 girl a day goal, like talk to 10 girls a day. And that's not necessarily feasible during the week when you gotta go to work and stuff like that. That's not feasible, right? So, and then you get all stressed out because there's no girls around and you set this high ass goal and you don't achieve your goal and you get really upset. And then you quit because you can't achieve your goal. But what I found out is that, okay, so stop putting those high goals out there and start being realistic. What can you control and what can't you control, right? So, one thing you can control is you could sit down on the train or something and send out 20 cut and paste messages for online dating. Okay, Cupid, plenty of fish. You can control that. And if you send them to the right people, there's a high percentage that they're going to respond. So you actually done something that day. If you go out, get all dressed up and hair looking nice and deodorant and, you know, cologne on and looking all slick like a pimp, and then walking around on a Wednesday night trying to find girls to holler at, that may not happen because, you know, people got to go to work the next day, people got to go to school the next day. They're not going to be wandering around. So that's the idea, to manage things. That's the idea of management, and figure out, okay, so where's my best energy at, right? So what I would say is, number one, find some cool online dating cut and paste messages, and then that's what you can set a goal for, right? So maybe 20 to 40 messages a day, you just send out a bunch of cut and paste messages. Another easy goal to do is max out your Tinder every day. You know what I'm saying? Another easy goal is just text all the people in your phone. You know, how are you? What are you up to? You know anything this weekend? Those are awesome goals that you can do, that you can control. That's something you can control doing, right? I would save the nightclub for the weekends. I wouldn't go bar hopping and nightclub hopping on a weeknight because people got to go to work in the morning and there may not be as many girls there as you want, and you're going to waste a night and you're going to be all tired in the morning when a lot of us have to go to work or school or wherever. So I wouldn't be pushing that late at night on weeknights. Like, I would go to some kind of extracurricular activity, if that, and then go home. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be pushing too hard on that. Save the club for the weekend. Now, with day game, don't set up day game goals, okay? Don't set up goals to spend an entire Sunday afternoon out gaming because, you know, there may be issues with the weather or the season. You know, it's end of the summer right now, so there may not be as many women that are out like at the beginning of the summer where everybody's traveling into the city for vacation. Now everybody's going home, or everybody's busy with administrative stuff, getting ready for back to school season or back to work season. You know what I'm saying? So there may not be a lot of girls walking around on a Sunday afternoon. And you could be doing something else with your time. So with date game, I would say, like, just try to, you know, focus more on when you're commuting or when you're on your break, and just, you know, walk around naturally. Like I said, have your blenders together, whatever, and look nice or whatever. But if you meet somebody, you meet somebody. If you don't, you don't. But that's what I would say. Don't pick a whole entire period to do day game. Okay, just go about your day. If you have time, if you're at the subway and you see a girl, fine. But don't be hanging out at the subway all day trying to do day game, okay? So that's how I would do that. You know, try to manage that and club game. Another thing with extracurricular activities, like I do dance stuff like hip hop and breakdancing, and I go to cheap practices and events and stuff, right? So there's a big community and everybody knows each other, right? And so, like I've mentioned this before, I wouldn't be rushing in there and rushing towards the girls, right? I would kind of let something happen naturally. I wouldn't be pressing up on the girls. And the reason is, you know, you have to wait for them to kind of come to you in those situations, because so many people are, you know, fighting over girls and competitive. It's really a competitive market. So, and you don't want to get messed up by alpha male, or you don't want to have to jump from group to group to group like I used to do, because you go straight to the girls and then everybody thinks you're creepy and you mess up your impression. So don't do that. Just kind of like understand that either it happens or it doesn't. And as long as you be hitting up people on the online dating websites, you know, and sending out messages, and you get a pretty good cut and paste message going on, you're going to get some messages back. If you focus on the right women, you're going to get some messages back. So you don't really have to, like, you know, push that hard in a social group. If it happens, it happens. It don't, you don't. And when you're in a social group where everybody likes you, trust me, something will happen. Something will happen. Okay? Something will happen. Another thing is with work, look, or with school, we always come in there, you know, hoping that we meet a hot girl on the job or a hot girl in class or something. And sometimes that just don't happen. And that's fine. But, like, what you should do, you can't control that. What you can control, though, is being friends with everybody and networking so that you have something else outside of that. You know, make friends with your coworkers. I don't know. Like, I work with a lot of old black ladies that are always flirting with me and making sex jokes. It's like, okay, so I'll use that to build up the energy. You know, so if I go out someplace and let's say I did want to meet somebody, I'm using all that to build up the energy. You know, or those older black ladies, you know, they know certain Caribbean parties, you know, or they know this, they know that, you know, where they may invite you somewhere where people are at. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't go to work or school and either be the creepy guy hitting on everybody, or be the guy that's just like, oh, screw these people because they're nerds or whatever, and they're old and they don't have no connections to nothing. So yeah, so that's my advice. Just try to just try to learn how to manage your energy and figure out what you can control and what you can't control. And that's it. Just what can you control, what you can't control, figure it out, and done. Alright, so that's the video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. Alright, I'm out, y'all. Peace.